Okay, so for today's lesson, what we're going to do is we're going to take our diatonic chords that we got from the number system. That's one place that we got them from. But basically, we're going to take the chords that comprise the G major chord set. G, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor, and F sharp half diminished. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint those chords in the lower section, or the near the nut of our guitar. Okay? And what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to see partially where we get our scales from. I say partially, where we get our scales from. In the key of G, these are the only notes: G, A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp. Okay? And when we build these chords, when we build these triads, say like G, B, and D, that gives us a G chord. And then if we took A, C, and E, that would give us the A minor chord, and so on. B, D, and F sharp would give us a B minor chord. Okay? You may know that. If you haven't, that should be some sort of revelation to you. Let me show you how cool this is. If we take these chords and we paint them on this matrix here, you're going to see where we get all of our chord noodling notes or our scales. Okay? So if we take this G chord, and we're going to play it like this. I'm going to draw it out. Now, I play mine with my third finger right here, and pinky right here. Some people play that note open. That's okay. It doesn't matter. They're both G chords. Okay, so there's our G. Now, if I take an A minor and I draw that guy out, it's our 1. There's our 5. Another 1. There's our minor 3. And then our 5 again. So that's our A minor chord. Okay. The B minor we can skip. We don't even have to play it, but if we wanted to, the notes are going to be there basically. Since I would probably draw out a bar chord here, I kind of don't want to do that just because I don't want to. I just don't want to confuse you with some extra notes. I'm trying to keep everything over on this end of the fretboard. Okay, so we're going to skip the B minor. The C is right here. That note's there. This guy, open note, first finger, open note. So those guys were there already. The D chord, here's our open D, here's our 5, here's our octave, and here's our third. Okay, here's our D chord. E minor, there's our open E, our 5, our octave, our minor third, our 5 again, and then there's our 1, okay? And for the F sharp diminished, all of our notes are filled in really, but you could do this. You could take any one of these. You could take the B minor, you could take the F sharp half diminished, you could draw out all the notes, and what you're going to get is the same notes again. So I know, because I've done this a million times, that the only thing I need from here is the F sharp, which is right here. E, F, F sharp. There you go. So now, this, if you've been in the chord noodling section, then you'll notice that that's what our matrix looks like. Those are our notes that we can go to and noodle around. Okay, this is the G major. It's also the E minor subset of notes, and so when we're noodling around, we could play any one of these notes. Now you could do this for the key of C, key of D, E, A sharp. It doesn't matter. It works all the same. Now the notes will be in different places, but basically you're going to see this. If this is the key of G, the G sharp will be up a half step, A sharp, and so on. It's just going to keep going up like that. And these names will change, but the chords will always be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, half diminished, as I've gone over in another video. Okay? So, what I want you to do for homework on this one is try this in the key of C. Okay? So basically, draw this blank fretboard and then draw the notes out: C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So that's our subset of notes. Okay? But remember, this first chord's major, second one's minor, third one's minor, 4 and 5 are major, 6 is minor, and B is half diminished. Okay, so what I want you to do is draw a blank fretboard, and I want you to take a C chord and draw it out on that fretboard. As you play it, do everything in the open position. And then draw out a D minor chord. Then draw out an E minor chord. Then draw out an F major chord. Then a G chord. Then an A minor. The only thing that you might need is the B. And actually you won't need that because you'll have it from your G chord when you draw your G chord out. So really if you just drew out those chords, you'll see a similar matrix here, or a similar set of notes, but it'll be for the key of C, and those will be your chord noodling notes. So why do this is because it's yet another perspective, yet another way of looking at the fretboard, and that is going to help you conceptualize things when you're playing, because you're going to have those aha moments when you're looking at your fingers and you're going, oh, that's why that works, okay? All right, practice this with intent and focus, and I promise you, you're going to understand the fretboard in ways that you have not yet. All right, let's keep going.